At every moment in time, you are making a choice, even now. I think for me, being a girl or a woman, we live in a society where it's pretty structured what is expected of a girl or a woman from the moment you were born. The toys you play with, the kind of games you're allowed to play, all of these things structure you in a manner where they're preparing you for a certain future as a woman or a female. Because of that, I always thought things had to be a certain way. From the things I was studying in school to the relationships I was having. When I look back at it now, for the longest time, most of the relationships I had was me giving more of myself than what I was receiving. I used to go over and beyond for everyone else. I used to say yes to plans that originally I didn't even want to go to because I thought I had to be liked. I had to be loving and caring, and I had to be, because that's what, as a woman or as a girl, I'm expected to be. I'm supposed to be a certain weight. I'm supposed to dress a certain way, which also triggered, I guess, my body image issues during my teenage years, because I thought as a woman, I'm supposed to be a certain size for me to be liked or admired by the male species, you know. And that also led into the kind of romantic relationships I got into as well, in the sense that there's so many things I would maybe overlook or I thought were okay, because I thought as a woman I'm supposed to tolerate this or accept this, or this is what is right. All of these things, if I look back at it, added or worked together towards me making the choice that I made. And the choice being to be very intentional about my life. Being intentional, I mean, even from the small things, like waking up and making my bed. Whether I choose to make my bed or not, I'm going to be very intentional about that. Or the kind of books I read, or the kind of content I consume, or the kind of friends I keep around me, or the kind of relationships, romantic relationships I want to get into now. I've become very intentional about that, because I have learned that at the end of the day, it always should come back to me and my happiness. And I am the most important person and aspect of my entire life. And that it shouldn't matter what is expected of me as a woman or as a girl in the society, as long as it makes me happy. Because of that, like I said, it also changed, like I said, the content that I consume, and I've been reading a lot. And then I've come to realize all the things that I was taught at a younger age, or what I thought was what was expected of me, is not necessarily true, or is not necessarily what is supposed to happen. Like I can choose not to do that, and it should be okay. I can choose not to want to ever get married, and that should be okay, you know, versus what I was being told at 5 or 6 when I was playing games with my friends, and there always has to be a mommy and daddy, and we have to get married and then we have children, you know, because those are the games we were playing. And at 11 or 12, they start asking me, do you have a boyfriend? You know, like you're already being prepared for a certain setup from a young age. The choice I made to become very intentional with what I do with myself, the things I get myself into, the relationships I have. That has brought me so much happiness, in the sense that now I can honestly say I'm doing what I want. I'm doing exactly what I want. I'm doing exactly what I want when I want to do it, and with whom I want to do it with. I am okay with saying no, which for me is so new that sometimes it's such a new concept that sometimes I'm even scared. I'm like, okay, should I be saying no to this person? Because society says this is the kind of person you're supposed to always say yes to. I'm aggressive about saying no now. I'm being okay with it and standing on that decision. You know, I'm okay with saying, you know, like I'm not okay with this, or I'm okay with that. You know, so I think for me the choice to be intentional really has brought me a lot of happiness, has set me up for the future that I want for myself, or I see for myself. I can honestly say 5-10 years from now, I can already picture what that will look like. And there's going to be a lot of happiness only because of the things I'm choosing to do now, that I'm very intentional about right now. Um, as sad as it makes me to say this, honestly, if I hadn't made that choice when I made it, I'd not be here. I'd be dead because I was suicidal at a point in my life because of the things I was choosing then that I thought were the right things, what was expected of me. So I wouldn't be here if I wouldn't have made that choice. I would definitely go for short with very many obstacles. Yeah, because I don't know. I think I just rip off the band-aid type of person. So the quicker I get through it, be done. Yeah, yeah. I think walk, depending on the weather, honestly, because when it's too hot, I can be bothered. But definitely walk. I enjoy walking. I do. Village. At this point in my life, village for sure. I now appreciate space, fresh air, and this is peace and quiet. And there's hardly any peace and quiet in the city ever. It's always busy, busy. So I think village for sure. Yeah. My name is Fidelis KARANGWA. Most of my friends call me Fifi, and I consider myself a feminist, despite the negative connotation that comes with it sometimes. I believe in what it stands for and what feminism is trying to achieve in society. And I aspire, I'm working towards becoming a very financially independent, successful businesswoman and making impact in society by giving back however I can. Maybe run an orphanage or a daycare of sorts where people don't have to pay to attend, but yeah, something like that. But in the long run, I think I work hard because I want to be able to give back as much as possible. Yeah, that's me. What choices are you making today?